Welcome back to Study Section 3 on AMP 201 Introduction to General AGRIC on Animals. I will be taking you through a quick tour on the topic Land Tenure and Use System. Introduction. The way the land is owned differs in different parts of the world. So these depend on the existing laws and customs. Similarly, the ownership of the land is critical to the purpose in which the land is being used for. Although most land is used for agricultural purposes, in which land ownership affects development of agriculture. So at the end of this study section, you should be able to define land tenure system and its classification. You should be able to explain land use system, and also you should be able to itemize all the factors causing changes in the usage of agricultural land. Let's take this learning outcome one after the other. Land tenure system. Land tenure is defined as a system of land ownership by individuals, family, community, or government agency, either for temporary use or as permanent property. So land tenure system can be categorized as communal land tenure or inheritance land tenure. Land tenure system can be categorized as communal land tenure and inheritance land tenure tenure. So let's discuss this one after the other. Communal land tenure is the land that belongs to the entire community as being represented by a family, a village, or a clan. So this is a typical tradition. This is a typical traditional being practiced here in Nigeria, where every member of the community is entitled to a piece of land for agriculture, whereas the inheritance land tenure involves the acquisition of land by inheritance from parents or from generation to generation. So in Nigeria, most agricultural lands are acquired through inheritance. So under this, also we still have leasehold system. In this system, it involves the payment of a certain amount of money for the use of land over a specified period of time. And also we have a rent land tenure, which involves the payment of a certain amount of money as rent for the use of land by a farmer over a short period of time. While individual land tenure system, this involves the ownership of a piece of land by individual through either freehold or rent tenancy. So the land tenure by purchase of freehold, this involves an outright purchase of land for agriculture. And lastly, we have the land tenure by free gift or pledge. This involves the acquisition of land as a gift. The second learning outcome is land use. Nigeria's total land use is being approximately to 92.4 meter per hectares. So about 91 meter per hectares of this is suitable for cultivation. So half of this cultivable land is effectively under permanent and arable crops, while the rest is being covered by the forest woodland, permanent pasture, and built up areas. So land use systems can be divided into two. We have agriculture land use system and non-agriculture land use system. So agriculture land use system, most land is used for farming. So the various farming activities includes growing of food crops, planting of plantation crops or feed crops for our animal, nomadic herding, bush or planted fallow or forest reserves. Whereas while non-agricultural land is the use of land for housing, roads, railways, seaports, the airports, the reservoirs, the shops, industries and warehouse, while others are military installations, the offices, the hospitals, parks, and wildlife resorts. So non-agricultural land use involves a small proportion of total land in Nigeria in spite of the increasing population and industrial growth. So the following factors are the causing changes in the usage of agricultural land. The first one is the establishment of forest reserves. The second one is road and railway construction, especially connecting farm production centers. And the third one is construction of houses, hospitals, office complexes, and non-agricultural structures, which are essential for women welfare. And this commands some prices on land sale by the farmers. So the last one is population growth and the need to increase food crop production for consumption and export earnings for national development. I hope you've learned one or two things from this video section. Join me for the next study section. Thank you for listening. I hope you've learned one or two things from this video section. Join me in the next study section. I hope you've learned one or two things from this video section. Join me in the next study section. Thank you for listening.